Hi, I'm Sean Morr, and I'm going to teach you how to do double peg 180s on RideBMX.com. So when you start off with the trick, you're definitely going to want to be comfortable with just regular double pegs on rails or ledges or whatever you're going to do it on, and being balanced on the rail and comfortable coming off the end of the rail. You want to be going medium speed. I don't like going too slow, obviously. It's nice to just be cruising like a nice comfortable speed, and the faster you go, I feel the easier it is to just, you have more time for the 180. If you're going too slow, a lot of times you can do the 180 and your bike's going to want to drop to the side because you're not going to have that much time. It's better if you have some distance between yourself and the rail, so it's more comfortable to cab out. And a good way to start off practicing the trick is actually doing opposite 180s. You're going to want to be comfortable doing opposite 180s and spinning out your switch way. You obviously don't want to Indian giver out of the grind. It's not good. Just basically do that. Practice a lot of switch 180s and be comfortable on the rail doing double peg grinds, and then everything kind of falls together. One of the main things about the trick is that you want to be over the top of the rail and quite a bit balanced so you can get an easier spin off the rail. If you're leaned out a little bit to the side, it's going to be harder to do the 180, and if you're leaned over a little bit too much in, it's also going to be a little harder to do the 180. But if you're right in that middle area, it's going to be real easy to pop it off the end and cab out and whatnot. One of the main reasons it's best to be centered over the rail, if not even a little bit more over to the inside of the rail, is that when you go to swing the 180 off, a lot of the motion in the 180 comes from your hips because you're like settled down on the rail. And when you're over the top, it's way easier to get a nice swing out of the rail. Unlike when you're leaned out of the rail, your body is already in that outside position and it's not going to want to adjust as well to swing over to the side and do the 180 as good. It's definitely a trick that's nice to learn on a rail that's a little bit taller but not super high, obviously not super low, because when you're doing the switch 180 out of the rail, it's nice to have a little bit more time to do the 180. Personally, I like to have like a bar height rail to do the pegs 180 because you have plenty of time to do the switch 180 and everything just feels a little bit more comfortable. You can obviously do it on little rails, but it's going to be a bit more rush. You're going to have to fling the 180 out more, and personally I don't think it feels as good, but it's definitely, it's just personal preference and what you want to learn on or what you have to ride in your area. So it's not just a trick you can do on flat rails, you can do it up and down rails as well. One thing about doing them down rails, I feel it's a little bit harder because you don't have as much time to spin the 180. You're going to have a little less time and you're going to have to spin the 180 a little bit faster. Personally, I feel like going up rails is a little bit easier to do the switch 180 out because you can almost launch off the rail a little bit and have way more time to do the spin. So these are some personal tips that helped me out do double peg 180s, and hopefully they'll help you out as well. And next week we'll be transitioning into double peg hard 180s.
You're getting the feel of tagging as you go up. You don't want to smash too hard, you'll pop your tire, obviously. Slower is not as good, you'll probably roll over it, so go a little bit faster and pretty much just
over and lean your bike, your pegs will grab, and hopefully you'll lock in and go to the end of the rail. If you lean too much, you're going to end up having to jump over the rail to